The Peugeot 5008 was presented to Russian journalists back in 2010, promising. Wait at the beginning of 2011. Having not appeared from the front porch, the minivan nevertheless got into Russia, so to speak, from the back door. Looking for Peugeot 5008 on the market. It is difficult to say how automakers form a model range for a particular country. It happens that even successful models are not officially delivered to Russia. They say it is unprofitable. However, the secondary market corrects the shortcomings of the model policy. Go France. The thing is that with a rather modest length, 4,530 millimeters, the interior is designed for a 7-seater version. You won't surprise anyone with such a figure, but the Lion version allows you to fold the third row flush with the floor, and the 3 separate second-row seats move along the slide with the stroke of 130 millimeters. Such an algorithm is rare. By the way, the second-row seats also fold down to form an absolutely flat floor, on which you can lay luggage with a volume of 2,505 liters. At the same time, there is no heaviness in appearance. The car looks more like a moderately well-fed station wagon than an unprepossessing minibus for personal needs. Against the background of general respectability, the back door upset. It was painfully simple to slam when closing. With the third row folded down, the trunk volume is a decent 520 liters. It is quite natural that the 1.6-liter turbo diesel with a capacity of 109 horsepower became the most running engine for it. Instances with the gasoline engine, created in cooperation with BMW, are less common in the secondary market. But most of the imported 5008s are equipped with a 6-speed automatic with the ability to shift gears manually. Quite exotic was the option with the glass panoramic roof, navigation, and a system for displaying information on the windshield. Such complete sets on our second hand are very rare. Since the car is a family car, the company paid attention to safety in all its forms and variations. The key to peace of mind for the most extreme case lies in the design of the load-bearing body with programmable deformation zones. Perhaps due to this, as well as 6 airbags and side curtain airbags in the Euro NCAP tests, Peugeot performed very well, 5 stars. I found these cubs in the glove compartment. Probably peeled off branded wheel covers, but they were kept. But it was all these superlatives that did a disservice to the official appearance of the car in Russia. The price of the new 5008 in Europe is from 19,000 to 23,000 euros. At the current exchange rate, this is 1 million rubles, and without taking into account customs and other fees. For us, the company chose the fashionable Peugeot 3008 crossover, and a much more comfortable car was given a red light. However, if we recall that it is based on the platform of the 3008 model, we can state that the minivan still reached us, but only in part. There is no shortage of cars of this class on the Russian secondary market. Still, finding one that you like is not so easy. American ones are too big for many buyers. Japanese are good for everyone, but relatively fresh ones come across only with the right-hand drive. There are Korean ones, but large individuals also prevail among them. There are used minivans from Europe. Until recently, French brands were not among the Russian buyers in the first places in terms of price and quality ratio. The cars assembled by the PSA concern in Russia helped to overcome this mistrust. They believed in the French, and even with the current, inherently prohibitive customs duties, ferrymen began to actively import Peugeot 5008 into the country. For a second test, I found a car in 2010 at a price of 665,000 rubles, diesel, automatic, medium equipment, 7 seats, mileage 79,000 kilometers, naturally from France. I never liked the paddle shifters, but in this minivan I liked them. Outwardly, the Frenchman looks like 5+. The paint is intact, there are almost no scratches on the body, the plastic of the headlights shines. The lack of a tread on summer tires was disappointing, which is why the test drive on a snowy site took place in rally tones. And I also noticed a small chip on the huge windshield. He does not seem to be going to scatter in different directions, but just in case, I found out the price of a new non-original glass, 6,560 rubles. The salon is also clean and fresh, there are no traces of the previous owners. The tour of the salon was conducted by Vladimir. He famously moved and folded the seats, sharing memories of that business trip and the taste of the local wines and snacks. Personally, I was delighted with the stove deflectors for second-row passengers, located in the middle rack. This solution is more common in business-class sedans. To tear Solovyov away from pleasant gastronomic memories, he asked him to sit in the gallery. He is not a thin man, but he nestled in the third-row seat. The question is how long I would have stayed there during a real road trip. I think not for long. This means that these kissing places will suit only the youth audience. On the move, the car did not strike anything special. It was an ordinary working apparatus. The operation of the engine on the basis of test runs was recognized as quite satisfactory. Actually, the mileage is more than sparing. It is enough to carry out scheduled maintenance. No oil leaks or fogging were found. As for spare parts, there are no problems with consumables. Remember that the Peugeot 3008, the running donor, is officially represented in Russia. In addition, all kinds of online stores have everything for this model, even non-new contract assembled engines at a price of 48,000 to 90,000 rubles. So any service that specializes in French will undertake to repair this car. Today, the price of cars of this model starts at 570,000 rubles. The most expensive costs about 900,000. There are simply no cars produced before 2010. Ours was estimated at 665,000. Considering the general condition of the minivan, the deplorable appearance of summer wheels, there are no winter wheels at all, a chip on the windshield and the obligatory expenses for an oil change at the next maintenance, we can consider a fair price of about 620,000 rubles. No one has canceled the bargain. I think that this is a very good option. The equipment is not poor. The mileage is divine. The price for a 4-year-old minivan is also right. The best thing is to pass for a dude without spending a lot of money. So to speak, a non-standard move when choosing a truly family car.